Hi everyone, my name is Zenith and I am back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to continue the lesson, and it will be the lesson 5. And today we're going to focus on one main thing, and it will be creating a table. Yes, you heard me right. We can create a table in HTML. In this web page, we can create a table. So the codes for this table will be a bit complex, as well as they might be a bit long. So we'll today focus on this topic. So in the beginning, you need to basically set up your web page, and then you need to type in these two codes: the table opening tag and the table closing tag. Once you have typed in these two pieces of codes, now we're going to start writing in them. So the first thing you will need to write in now, we have to see how we can write the columns and the rows and its data inside it. So how to create a column, how to create a row, first of all, you will need this tr tag standing out for table row, and then it also has a closing tag. And now between this, we are going to put in the TD. TD stands for table data cell. You can also classify that as a column, but for example, if you're putting in if you're putting in 3 data cells, then there will be 3 cells in the row, 4 cells in the row, and so on. So I want to make a row with 3 columns. So I will put in 3 data cells, 3 table cells, and you are going to copy this 3 times. Make sure these are between the table row tags, and make sure the table row tags are between the table tags. So I've copied it 3 times. Now let us see what information we can put. The first one, I may put name. The second, this. The third, animal. And anything you want to put, you can put in it. Going to save it, then we're going to check, and these 3 appeared. Now you might be noticing, why is there no border around them? That's because we did not mention in our course to put for the web browser to put the border in the table. For putting that, we will need to put some extra information in the opening tag of the table, and it will be table, then write border. No need for those quotations which we had used in the previous lessons. No need to write those quotations. Table border. Now how much thick you want the table border to be? If 1, then it will give you a thin border, but still it will be visible. And check this, there is the border. You can see it's quite thin. We can make it thicker, but afterwards, when we'll have enough information in our tag. Now you need to learn 2 new things in this: cell spacing and cell padding. Cell spacing is the space between the cells of the table, and cell padding is the space between the cell and text. So if you want to do some cell spacing, basically if you do cell spacing, the border line which will be between the cells, that will also become wider and wider. So cell spacing, each number defines 1 pixel. Like cell spacing by 1, that means cell spacing by 1 pixel. I will do this by 3 pixels. Make sure you don't do it too much. So first let's go with cell spacing. No need to put the semicolons which we had done last time. And look, the cell became a bit wider. Border also became wider. Now if you want to increase the space between the text and the cell, you would need to write in the cell padding code. Basically, without these 2 codes, the table will be still visible, and it will be there with its default values. So let's do cell spacing by 8. This is actually cell padding. Let's do the cell padding by 8. Check. And yes, now why? Because the cell spacing between the text and the cell has increased, so now it quite much looks visible. Okay, so now let's put some more information in our table first. Now let's copy this code. Each time we'll be putting this table row, it will be defining 1 row. Like this is 1 row, and it has 3 cells in it. We copy it and we will paste it. Okay, let's make then a table with 3 rows. Okay, 3 rows. We have got now 3 rows in it, and that looks good. Oh, 3 rows in it. And now for the name, let's give it any name, like for example Ali. Place, let us make a place, like okay, let's give it a place Pakistan. And animal, let's make it cat. Now then another name we would want to put in, that can be Ahmed. And then a place, let us say Dubai. And an animal, let us say a panda. This is just a type of example I'm doing. You can basically put anything in it. You're free to put anything and it will always work. So we got now 3 columns and 3 rows. Now you want to give a title for this table. Like it quite much looks good, but what about a title for this table? So to make a title for this table, you would need to go for another column. So you would need to go for another column. Let us say the title should be in the top. So let us paste the same table row. Okay, so the title will be only one row. It should be like one whole row. So for this one, you will have to better separate this. The code will still work even if you separated this code from this code. Now in this, you will need to put call span. Call span stands out for column span actually, and it means that it combines all of the columns and makes it into one big bar. So let's say column span equals to 3 because we have 3 columns. And let us give this a name, like for example table of contents. Now we're going to save it, and you're going to see a big cell in the top, and it will look like this, like it has combined all of them. And the same thing you can do with the rows. Like for example, wrote the column span, it combined the columns. Now you want to combine the rows, yes, you can do that. For that, you will have to write, instead of column span, you will replace it by row span. And we're going to check. Okay, we have done a row span. We have replaced this with a row span. Let us check. And the rows should be now combined instead of the columns. And yes, it has combined the rows instead of the columns. Okay. Okay, so basically the row span worked and the column span worked. Basically the main thing was that it combined the contents. No matter if your other table went wrong, the main thing was that it combined the rows, and that's what we need to know. So let's go back to the column span. And okay, now let us see what can we do with the border. Let us see if we can make the border to 5 with a space by 5. Okay, so it got a thick border now. It got thick. Now you want to make this table of contents appear in the center. How you can do that? That's very easy. All you need to do is to go to that same opening tag of that table data cell where you were working for the table of contents. Okay, over there you will need to put a line. Again, no need for those semicolon or the quotation marks. A line, center. Make sure you're writing center the American spelling. And yes, it appeared at the center. You can also make it to the left or to the right. And yes, last time I had also explained how you can like make the text bold, underline, or strike. If you haven't, then you can go and view that course as well. So let us. You want to make the title bold. It's very easy. Just go in and put in between those tags the bold tag. Save it. And there you go, the table of contents has become a bit more wider. It has not become wider, it's actually become bold. And you can also do this for the underline or the strikeout. Let's do this on other. Let us say, for example, go to strike out this name. Let us write in it strike, and the strike closing tag. And for the animal, we will give it underline. These are three different tags I'm putting, so watch out for them when I will be viewing them on the web page. Okay, and the italics, if you would have seen the italics, I'd explained last time again. And italics, for the italics, this code, like they will be all in the code. The name will be strike, the place will be in italics, and the animal will be in underline. Let's check. And yes, the name is strike, the place is in italics, and the animal is underlined. So I hope you had enjoyed my today's video, and I hope that you might have got more information from my channel and from my video. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can have more information about my videos, and you might get to view those videos at the time when I post them. And I'm going to see you soon in another video. Bye.